Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to Starry Tarot. It is good to see you today. If you are new here, welcome, and thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. If you are returning, welcome back. It is good to see you. So I am your friendly tarot reader for today. I can answer any of your questions, with the exception of medical and or legal questions. But you have a question, I can answer it for you. Today I am using the beautiful and beloved Muse Tarot deck by Chris Ann. We love this deck. It's definitely a starry-eyed favorite for sure. So yes, all of my donation information can be found pinned at the top of the chat. It can also be found in the chat. Thank you to my devoted AI moderator, Nightbot. He will be posting, or she will be posting my donation information throughout the chat. It is also found in the information for the video. I have 3 different options for questions that you have. I offer mini readings for $7.77. They consist of 5 cards, 1 question. Full reading is $14.14. That can be 1 question, 10 cards, or it can be split into 2 5-card questions, or an in-depth expanded reading, which is $21.21, and that also can be 1 long 15-card reading, or it can be split into 2 or 3 questions. We can do 1 10-card, 1 5-card, or 3 5-card readings. It is up to you. And I also have some other menu options for you as well for your convenience. I am indeed a psychic medium. I can communicate with those who have passed on. Please, if you are interested in a mediumship, please, before sending your donation, please, I need the person's name, their relation to you, their date of birth, and their date of passing. Ideally, if you could provide me with a photograph, that would be awesome, but it's not required. But I need to check in before we commence. I can get in touch with, I'd say, throughout the past 5 years of doing this professionally, about 95% of folks who have passed on I can get in touch with. But there are some folks who either cannot communicate with me, have reincarnated, are not available to communicate with me, so I need to check beforehand. Like I said, 95% of the time I can get through to them, but I don't want to disappoint. There's only been a few times where I wasn't able to get through, and one of them was last night. So that's why I'm emphasizing, please, if that is, and I would be, and it's such an honor for me to do mediumship readings. I don't want to disappoint if I can't get in touch with someone, so I just need to check in before we commence. That is all I ask. I answer all types of questions, a lot of romance questions, a lot of questions related to matters of the heart, career questions, finance questions, spiritual questions. It really runs the gamut. But I'd say the predominant amount of questions that I get are of a romantic nature. And I have a couple of different romance-related readings that I offer. I have a soulmate confirmation reading, pretty self-explanatory there, but it can be asked in one of 2 ways. The first option is we can directly ask your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestral guides, if your person in question is indeed a soulmate of yours. And we don't just have one soulmate, we have many soulmates in this life that come in many different shapes and sizes and have different purposes. And if the answer is yes, your spirit guides will explain why. If the answer is no, they'll explain why not. Alternatively, we can also ask your spirit guides if they give their blessing towards the person who you are questioning in your life. It's very, I will say, it is very difficult, very rare to get Spirit's blessing for someone, because they just, when you get Spirit's blessing, that means that person is indeed the one. Not the one, but because I don't believe in the one, but one for you, one that will not hurt you, a person who is definitely a soulmate. It confirms the soulmate connection, and it's kind of like asking a family member who really loves you, or just a loved one, or a friend, a good friend, asking their opinion on a romantic partner. I don't know about you guys, but when I ask loved ones their opinion about my romantic partners, it is often very judgmental, not in a mean way, but in a I want the very, very best for Sophie way. So that's the way to look. That's the way that we have to look at it. Is they just want the very, very best for us. And if someone is indeed the very, very best, and can offer that, then they will give their blessing. And if you get Spirit's blessing, go forth, my friend, because that is not just a rarity, but literally a blessing. Speaking of love and romance, I also have a very popular reading that I've offered for many years, that I invented. It's my TFI spread, or the OG love reading, as some people call it. Just FYI though, this doesn't have to be strictly for romantic partners. Hello, Austin, welcome. Hi, Angela, welcome. Oh, thank you, that's so kind of you. I don't know if you know how old I am, and you don't need to know, but thank you, that's very, very kind and sweet of you, Angela. So the TFI spread, or the OG love reading, that I will preface that doesn't have to be only for romantic and partners of interest. It can also be read. I've done TFI readings for people's bosses, for coworkers, neighbors, friends, family members. The first 2-3 years of me doing this professionally, I did a lot of animal energy readings. So I offer animal energy readings. I can read animal energies. I apply the TFI spread to pets as well. And I always get very emotional when I read those, because I've never done an animal TFI spread, a pet TFI spread, where it wasn't just absolute undying affection and love. Animals really are just God's gift to this world, which is strange to say, because as humans we're animals as well. We're God's gift to this world as well, but animals really are precious. Anyway, so the thoughts, feelings, and intentions spread. It's at no additional donation amount. It could be done with a 5-card mini reading, a 10-card full reading, or a 15-card in-depth reading. And it answers 3 questions in one. Technically 5 questions in one, but it answers what their thoughts are towards you, what their feelings are towards you, and what their intentions are towards you, in addition to their general energies towards the connection and your general energies towards the connection. So it's a very in-depth reading, and again, it's at no additional donation amount. It's just a suggestion for a reading. I also offer past life regression readings. Austin is familiar with that. I gave him a past life regression reading. I've been studying past life regression therapy since I was a child, as soon as I was able to read, and I was reading very, very early, I started reading my parents' astrology books and their past life regression therapy books. I was very drawn to them. I was like 6 or 7. It just fascinated me beyond belief. And I shouldn't say beyond belief, because at first I did have my doubts, but then I read deeper into past life regression therapy, and my doubts are gone now. So with my past life readings, they can be done with any intention. We can ask your spirit guides to illustrate a past life of yours that can help you navigate this life the most effectively. We can ask spirit to illustrate a past life of yours that was the most challenging, the most difficult. We can ask spirit to illustrate the past life of yours that you loved the most, that was the most successful and victorious for you. And then for another example, our friend Austin here, go check out his channel. He's a fellow tarot reader. He's great. He got a past life reading from me. He was interested in his affinity and closeness to Greek spirituality and culture and history, and we got to the bottom of that. There's definitely past life reasons as to what's connecting his affinity to Greek culture. I can't give myself a past life reading. In fact, doing past life readings is different than just any other tarot reading. I implement past life regression therapy modalities into the reading. I would love, I have been regressed, and of course I regress others. I would love to be regressed again, because I definitely have a question about an affinity that I have that I wonder about. But they are fascinating. They are endlessly fascinating. I've never given a past life reading that wasn't very, very interesting. Sorry, my phone's being weird. I also offer private readings. I offer 2 different types of private readings. The first one that I offer is by appointment only. We can schedule it either over email or DMs, over DM on Instagram. Go follow me on Instagram. It is one-on-one. It's over Zoom. And it's exactly what you're seeing here. You'll see the cards. You'll see me. You'll hear me. I can hear you. And it's one-on-one, and minimum 20 minutes, but we can go much longer, however long you like. And we can answer as many questions as you need, pull as many cards as you need, just to get to the bottom of everything, just complete clarity. I highly recommend that everyone get at least one private reading from me. It helps both of us. It helps me understand you more. It helps you understand my method and modalities of reading more. I also highly recommend it for folks who are going through some challenges that are multifaceted. And I have a lot of clients that do have issues where it's question after question after question, which is I do on my live stream, and I'm more than happy to do, and I do often. But with the Zoom readings, you have privacy, discretion. It's not on a live stream, and it's a lot easier when you're not having to type. There's only so much that YouTube will allow you to type in a message. And so when you're doing a Zoom reading with me, you can just speak to me and give me all the context and backstory that you need. It's just one-on-one. Not like it's not one-on-one when I'm on my live stream, but it's completely undivided. There's nobody else popping into the room or anything. I also, the other type of private reading that I offer is at no additional donation amount. It's more for reasons of convenience. If you have a question that you need me to answer and you don't see me online, just send me your donation and with your question, and I can return and answer your question at the very latest within 24 hours. That's very rare. I can usually answer your question within a matter of 1 to 2 hours. I always have a deck of cards on me wherever I go, even if I'm traveling. And those are done over Instagram, over voice memos on over DMs, or typed over email, whichever you prefer. But that is, for matters of it's convenient. If you can just reach out to me whenever, and I'm here for you. And it's also private. It also offers that privacy and discretion as well. And again, that's no additional donation amount. With that being said, I believe that's my spiel. So the donation queue is currently open. So whoever donates next will be read for next. Thank you so much. You're getting back into reading. That's really good, Austin. How are you feeling? Are you better now? Because pneumonia is no joke, man. Yeah, I saw that you went live earlier today. I was at work, so I couldn't pop on. But I hope you had a wonderful live stream. That's really good to hear. That's really good to hear. Thank goodness. Yeah, I had walking. I don't know about. Did you have walking pneumonia? Because I had walking pneumonia, where you have pneumonia and you don't realize it for like days, and then you just collapse. My dad had walking pneumonia when he was around my age too. Um, I was younger actually, but when he was around my age, he had walking pneumonia, and that can almost kill you. Um, yeah, it sounded like I was gonna say because it sounded like it because you said you were sick, and I asked what you were sick with, and you said some flu, cold thing. You weren't sure, but you didn't feel well. Um, my motherly instincts should have kicked in, and I should have said, "Hey, man, you go to the doctor now." I probably did say that, but I didn't think about the pneumonia possibility there. Um, yeah, it's really scary, but but you are a warrior, my friend. You're a survivor, and I'm just so glad that you were able to get the medical attention and help that you needed. Because pneumonia is no joke. Um, Jim Henson, that's how Jim Henson passed away. I had a dream. I had a really vivid dream, dude. Like 4 nights ago, I had a dream that I was working. I was working in a warehouse, and the work. I didn't notice the work in my dream. I couldn't see what I was doing or like what I was producing, but I was with a group of people in a warehouse. And in the dream, we're just like in the warehouse, and all of a sudden, our boss comes in, and it was Jim Henson. and I love Jim Henson. I love all of his work. I love I don't know if you've seen the Dark Crystal, Labyrinth, um, of course the Muppets. Like Jim Henson was absolutely a genius. And he had pneumonia. He felt ill, and this is so sad. He really was Kermit the Frog. He was the sweetest man. It was late at night, and he was feeling really, really bad after like 3 days of feeling like shit. And his wife was like, "You need to go to the hospital." And it was like 2 in the morning, and he was like, "I'll go in the morning because I don't want to disturb the hospital staff this late." He didn't want to encumber the medical staff. So sad. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to tell a sad story. I just loved Jim Henson a lot, and he was gone far too soon. He had so much more life. I just always imagine like what he would what he would have created if he was still alive today. All the wonderful things he would create. So never. The lesson from that from Mr. Henson is never feel like you're putting people out. If you and that's very Five of Pentacles, like very Five of Pentacles, like literally like out in the cold, and the sanctuary is right behind you. You gotta go in. You gotta go in, and you did, and I'm so happy. Yeah, you were bedridden. I was too. Yeah, me too. One side collapsed, and like with the lung X-ray, and they put me on a gurney and hooked me up to fluids and everything. Um, and once they hooked me up to the IV with the fluids, I almost instantly started feeling better. It was just saline. It wasn't like drugs or anything. Um, but yeah, they put me in a wheelchair when I went home. I had to be wheeled out, Liliana, and I was barely able to walk to my bed. But we are survivors. Hello, Brian. Thank you so much for your donation, my friend. I hope you are doing well today. So you would like to know, are you, Mike, Desi, and your dad going to get back together without Casey? Okay. Let us see. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Brian, Mike, Desi, and his dad get back together without Casey? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Brian, Mike, Desi, and his dad get back together without Casey? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Brian, Mike, Desi, and his dad get back together without Casey? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Brian, Mike, Desi, and his dad get back together without Casey? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Brian, Mike, Desi, and his dad get back together without Casey? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Brian, Mike, Desi, and his dad get back together without Casey? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Brian, Mike, Desi, and his dad get back together without Casey? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Brian, Mike, Desi, and his dad get back together without Casey? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Brian, Mike, Desi, and his dad get back together without Casey? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Brian, Mike, Desi, and his dad get back together without Casey? Okay, we have Seven of Swords, Knight of Wands, Queen of Swords, Five of Cups reversed, and Ten of Wands reversed. Yeah, I do think so. The only card that's throwing me off is the Seven of Swords here. Seven of Swords being my least favorite card in the deck. I think it's the worst card in the deck. It's theft, lies, betrayal, deceit, manipulation. And I think that represents Casey's energy. He has stolen from you. He's a Seven of Swords. He's very on brand. Seven of Swords is very on brand for Casey's energy. But we have this beautiful Knight of Wands here, which is moving forward with motivation, with gusto, with excitement, with passion, getting things done. And it's interesting because this deck calls swords voices, refers to swords as voices, wands as inspiration, pentacles as materials, and cups as emotions, which I think is quite spot on. And if we are to listen, if we are to look at that literally, this Knight of Wands, Knight of Inspiration, you are going to incite inspiration in others, and it will compel them to rejoin and come together. And also looking at this Queen of Swords, or as this deck refers to her as the Queen of Voices. Queen of Swords, swords are the realm of the mind, but they're also a realm of communication. Queen of Swords is fair, is balanced, is just. I often equate the Queen of Swords with the Justice card. The art is very, very similar. They're holding a scale. She is an exactor of what's right, or she is a judge of what is right and what is wrong. And that to me is telling me that you, Mike, Desi, your dad, are, as we know, good people. You don't F people over. You don't steal from people. You don't manipulate people. You guys are all on board. And with this Five of Cups reversed, Five of Cups is feelings of regret, loss. When it's in its reversed form, it's letting go. It's grace. It's letting go. It's giving grace. And the Queen of Swords is very much that energy of giving grace, where there's no apology, or there's no remorse, or there's no rectification. Oftentimes, for us to be at peace, we have to just give them grace and forgive them and know that they're troubled people, messed up people, and that they hurt us. But if we hold on to grudges, we can't move forward. And the Queen of Swords reversed holds a grudge. She can't move forward. She can't get over the wrongs that were done to her. But the Queen of Swords upright lets go and gives grace. And I'm not saying that you have to forgive Casey, because I don't see him apologizing to you. I don't see him returning the book to you. And that's what I'm kind of trying to say is like, you guys reconvening is a symbolic act of letting go of what he did, and not giving him that power or agency to sully the good energy, the amazing creative energy that you guys have. Not allowing him to F with that or intervene with that from his past actions. And I see that furthermore here with this Ten of Wands reversed. Letting go of burdens, letting go of troubles from the past. And also sharing those burdens. When you and Mike and Desi and your father do reconvene and make music, the very act of coming together and making music is also an act of symbolically, like, washing yourself clean of Casey's energy and his actions. So this looks great, Brian. This looks really good. This looks really promising. And it to me seems very insightful. Moving forward without Casey, not allowing Casey's energy or past or perhaps current actions to jeopardize or ruin what the good things that you guys have together. So that is what I am seeing for you, Mr. Oliver. Thank you so very much for your donation. I really appreciate you, and I hope I brought you clarity there. And let me know when you guys reconvene. I would be hard pressed to think that it wouldn't happen sooner than later. You're very laser focused on this, on getting people on board. Casey didn't even contribute too much anyway. He was just baggage, and he destroyed our band. He was just baggage, and he destroyed your band, dude. That's this Ten of Wands reversed. Baggage. Ten of Wands, the traditional artwork is somebody walking uphill. You likely know this. It's somebody walking uphill with a bundle of 10 wands on their back, and no one else is there to help them shoulder those burdens, those difficulties, that baggage. And when it's in its reverse form, it's like letting go of that baggage. It's not just letting go of that baggage, it's letting go of that baggage as a group. You guys and your good energy will dissolve that. Light always supersedes the dark, and he's a dark person and you guys aren't. And that's a really, really like super really insightful note there, that he was just baggage. He didn't contribute too much anyway. Yeah. You're very welcome. You're very welcome, Brian. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so that means that the donation queue is again open. So whoever donates next will be read for next. Thank you very much. And we just received a donation from my good friend Matt. Matt, how the heck are you doing? Good to see you, my friend. And thank you so much, Brian, for your donation as well. Sorry, I'm just queuing up the grill here. There we go. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Thank you for asking, Matt. So you wanted an OG reading. You got it, my friend. Who are we OGing? I want to get an OG reading on this guy named Raleigh Jones. I don't know his sign. I'll give you the deets as we go. You got it. You got it, my friend. An example, everybody, of how the TFI OG reading, thoughts, feelings, and intention reading, is not strictly romantic. It can be done for anybody. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Raleigh Jones's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Raleigh Jones's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Raleigh Jones's thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Raleigh Jones's thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Raleigh Jones's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Raleigh Jones's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Raleigh Jones's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Raleigh Jones's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Raleigh Jones's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Raleigh Jones's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Raleigh Jones's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Raleigh Jones's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Raleigh Jones's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Raleigh Jones's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Raleigh Jones's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Raleigh Jones's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Raleigh Jones's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Raleigh Jones's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Raleigh Jones's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Raleigh Jones's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? So Jonestown has been stalking me for years, like legit stalking. This guy has been following me around for years. Oh dear, and we're referring to him as Jonestown. Dear me. Okay, all right, let's get into this. We have the Star, Ace of Wands, Two of Swords, Death reversed, Two of Cups, Judgment, Queen of Cups reversed, the Magician reversed, the Hierophant reversed, Four of Wands reversed, the Hanged Man reversed, Page of Cups reversed, Three of Swords, the High Priestess. Sorry, one moment. This is reversed or not? Sorry, one moment. One moment. Ah, okay. It is indeed reversed. King of Wands reversed. Just wanted some clarity here because this deck is a little interesting here. He admitted the other day that he watches and dislikes everything I post immediately. I mean, he's there within minutes on everything I post. Like on your social media. Hi, Abrahami. Thank you for your subscription. I don't do free readings. If you want to know, if you want a question, all my donation information is found at the top of the chat. Thank you. Wow. So and he talks mad ish on me all the time. He even did a live stream a few years ago talking about my mental health. Whoa, this guy is really unhinged. Okay. Let's start with your current general energies. We have the Star, Judgment, and the Hangman reversed. The Star is a card of hope, seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that you are hoping that he will go away, that he will stop. He's gone into my personal records and shared them with people to get back at me. Jesus Christ. I've got to be just straight up here. Did you provoke him in some way? I don't mean intentionally, but did you say something or do something that started this, or did this just come out of nowhere? And how long has this been going on for? Because you didn't want to be friends with him. Gotcha. Okay. Because I was gonna say I'm getting the like immediately, like just looking at the cards in a cursory way. I see someone who feels turned away, tossed aside. It started in 2019. Okay. And do you know how old he is? So this Star card to me is symbolizing your hope that he's going to F off, that he'll eventually stop doing this. Even though it sounds like it's just getting worse, it's ramping up. I have every reason to believe that it's more than just you not wanting to be friends with him, Matt. I think he has a thing for you. I saw that like immediately, and I didn't want to gross you out or anything, but it's what I'm feeling. Well, I challenged him to a fight on Street Thieves. I don't know what that is, but I am getting very much thwarted emotional energy that almost feels like the energy of someone who has been disappointed romantically. Let's go back to, he said he's bi. Bingo. There we go. And he's likely not bi, just by the way. I don't know what his cultural background is or where he lives or anything, but I don't know if you know this, but there's a hell of a lot of gay dudes who say they're bi. And a lot of gay dudes Like almost all of my gay friends started out as bi because it was comfortable. Like all my gay friends in high school were always bi, and then it was like, and they were so obviously gay. Maybe he's not obviously gay, but he's got a thing for you. I'm telling you. And we'll get into that. I'm sorry. I'm sure it's something you don't want to hear, but that's the energy I'm getting. We've got this judgment card here with your general energies. It's like you're really at your tipping point here. This is just too much, and at this point, I low key feel like it's something that you could likely take legal action against. If he's doing live streams, revealing your personal records, analyzing your mental health, that's I would call that defamation of character. Would you not? You completely believe that you mentioned it before. Yeah, yeah. And I know, it hurts when you want to be friends with someone and they don't want to be friends with you. That hurts. I've been there, but you know, I moved on. Even though I'm an Aquarius, I really value friendship. Almost like I value friendship as much as I value romance. And I always say like friendship breakups are just as painful as romantic breakups. Friendship disappointments are painful, but they're not. They don't have the same energy when you're thwarted by a friend. When you're thwarted by a lover, like I could see him being pissed if this was a friendship, if this was a matter of you not wanting to be his friend and challenging him on that beef cake thing or whatever the hell, beef street or whatever. But this was 2019. It's now 2026. It's 7 years. 7 years. You get over someone not wanting to be your friend after 7 years when you're a grown adult. But if you have a crush on someone, it's that can often stay. I don't know what it's called, but that is funny actually, because of what we're talking about. Yeah, the hangman reversed. It's like you're with judgment here. It's like you're at your tipping point. Oh, it's interesting too. Look, the art like matches the I don't know if you can see this, but like the triangles, the geometrics are matching. It's like you're at your tipping point here. You're done. You're really done with this. But you also don't see things changing with the hangman reversed. Now his general energies, this was what told me everything. We've got the Two of Cups here, man. This is his general energies. Two of Cups. Divinely ordained romantic union. We can attribute it to friendship, but I rarely do. When I've pulled quote unquote friendship cards, like, people who think they might be friend zoned, or I might think they've been friend zoned. I've just never seen the Two of Cups as a friendship card at all. Three of Cups for sure. People often see Three of Cups as a cheating card, but I see it as friendship. Two of Cups, that is a romantic union. And then right under, and I was just going to say, the romantic cards for me, the strongest romance cards for me are Two of Cups, Four of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. We have the Two of Cups. We got the Four of Wands reversed right underneath. He wants you, but he didn't get to have that union with you. That divine union, that harmonious union with you. That Four of Wands reversed. And then we've got this King of Wands reversed. The King of Wands is desire. King of Wands has the wand in his hand, yeah. Wands are definitely sexual energy, and he feels thwarted, sexually, romantically thwarted. And powerless and insecure because you rejected his advances as a friend, which I have every reason to believe he was trying to start with friendship and would have tried to make it a romantic thing. I have every reason to believe that with this King of Wands reverse, he had a trajectory. And in you rejecting him, it really effed with his ego and his self-esteem. He felt really tossed aside, and that anger, that disappointment is coming out in actions. I have every reason to believe. I think he's a Leo. I'm getting Leo energy from him. I love Leos, but I know there's bad and good in every sign, and I'm feeling a bad Leo here. This happens to me so much. This guy took it too far, though. I know. What you're telling me is wait, 7 years, bro. 7 years? Nah, that's insane. That's literally insane. Okay, now let's get to his thoughts towards you. Ace of Wands, again with the Wands. Queen of Cups reversed, and Page of Cups reversed. He thinks that you guys should have been something, should have started something, that there should have been a beginning with you, of a romantic nature, or at least of a sexual nature. Wands being very sexual. It's not Ace of Cups. There's Ace of Wands, and that's the first card in the minor arcana, as you know. And right underneath we have the Queen of Cups reversed. He thinks that he missed out on you. He lost you immediately. He saw someone he wanted. He didn't get you, didn't get him. And this has been a pattern in his life. I wouldn't be surprised if he lived in a part of the country or somewhere in the world where it's not super liberal and gays and queers are not super accepted. And so he has a very difficult time navigating dating. And it's unfortunate. I do feel bad for gay folks in the sense that, well, in a lot of senses, they face a lot of challenges. But they're only 10% of the population. I mean, 1 out of every 10 people is gay. So the chances of a gay person falling in love with a straight person are pretty much like, it's going to happen. Like I don't think I've ever met a gay person who didn't fall for at least one straight person, just because they liked who they were, but they didn't swing that way. But none of my gay friends ever reacted in a way like this. It was always like they retreated and cried in my arms. Like for an example, one of my best friends when I was in my early 20s, my first boyfriend in high school was bisexual, or thought he was. And he thought my friend was cute. My friend thought he was cute. I was like, hey, like maybe you guys should try and date. So they went on a date, and my ex realized that he wasn't gay. And it broke my friend's heart. And he was very kind about it. And my friend wasn't mean about it, but it did really hurt him. But this is insane. This is coming out in crazy anger and destructive behavior. So this is telling me that this is something that he's familiar with. And I don't think you're the only person he's done this with. Page of Cups reverse. Page of Cups is the crush card. He got a crush on you. He still has a crush on you 7 years later. And because it's not being reciprocated, he's acting out. And I'm not making excuses for him. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. Like, oh, isn't it hard for gay folks? Like, we should feel bad for them. No, this behavior is not fucking okay. It's not acceptable, period. It's not acceptable behavior. And, like I said, I think this is borderline, like, legal. You could take legal action with him. This is defamation of character, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but his feelings towards you, we have the Two of Swords, the Magician reversed, and the Three of Swords. Yep. His Two of Swords, he's in the dark. He knows that he still wants you, but he's torn in two directions. On one sword, he has feelings for you, bro. The other sword, those feelings, on the other hand, literally the sword in the other hand, those feelings were not reciprocated. So he's acting out. He still holds a space for you of affection, but because it's not reciprocated, he reciprocates in being cruel to you. Why do I pull these people? Matt, I don't know. I don't know, my friend. I don't know. I don't even know how you met this guy, but I don't know. Just people in communities online are just, not everyone's bad, but some of them are just some bad seeds. Crux card right here in the center. We have the Magician reversed. Sorry, give me 1 second. I am so sorry about that. I got a phone call from my father, and I thought it might have been an emergency, but it was just something else that is very stressful, and I will continue with this reading. Okay, so we have the Magician reversed right here in the center. This is what I was talking about. He is using because you thwarted his affections, his feelings for you, he's using his resources, his powers for negative. He's the Magician reversed. Literally, we know who the Magician reversed is. It's someone who uses their powers, their mind, their emotions, their words, their energy to cause harm, to cause concern, to hurt. And then here we go with his feelings. Three of Swords. His heart is broken. He broke his heart. You disappointed him. But so what? No worries. Yeah, no worries, thank you. And no worries with this. He broke his heart. You know, that's sad. The whole situation is just sad, but his reaction does not grant any clemency from me. His intentions towards you, we have Death reversed, the Hierophant reversed, and the High Priestess. I don't think that he intends on stopping. I think he will keep on going till death do he part. So this is why I'm like, damn, dude, you might, if this keeps on going further, you might need to take legal action. I think it's warranted. We have the Hierophant reversed with his intentions. I want a little bit of clarity with that real quick. Yeah. Okay. I knew I needed to read my little black book. You have a particularly strong will and desire to go ahead and regain control, as well as to break free from the shackles of convention. This is him acting out. This is him processing the rejection. And then we have this high priestess. He knows that you guys are never going to be together. That's the other thing, is he's well aware of that. He's well aware that he's trying to get your goat, basically. I see this happen more with girls. Guys, it happens to me. If I reject a guy's advances, all of a sudden he starts being a total prick to me, and saying things like for example, there was one guy I met on a dating app, and we started talking. I liked him, he liked me, and then he started acting weird. I didn't text him soon enough, and we hadn't even gone on a date, and that was the red flag I needed. I was like, and I told him, I'm sorry, I'm not your girlfriend, and I was at work, and if this is a red flag for me, I'm sorry, this is a no, and I wish you the best. Then he starts sending me stuff saying, I know what you did, I checked your background, your criminal background record, I'm going to expose you, this, that, and the other. And it's all bullshit. I've never broken a law in my life. My criminal record's totally fine. He was making up all this bullshit. And he was just saying really hurtful things and wrong things that I wanted to say, you're wrong. You don't know that. You're lying. But that's what he wanted. He wanted me to just communicate with him in any way, even if it was bad. He wanted attention from me. He still calls me from random numbers. It's been like 4 months. Yeah. No, dating's scary. Dating is a pain in the fucking ass. I'll tell you that. And then, because when I meet these guys, I have to take a break. I can't go back on Tinder or Hinge or anything and start talking to people again after dealing with someone like that. So that's the energy. I've been rejected, so I will say and do anything just to get their attention, just to keep them in my life in some capacity. He knows that being kind to you and flirting with you is not going to work either. So he's trying to get your goat through being a dick and triggering you just to get some kind of response out of you. And I really hope you're not responding to him. I really hope that you're just completely ignoring him and not giving him what he wants, because that's what he wants. He wants you romantically, physically, but as I said, he knows that it will never happen with that High Priestess card. He knows. He's well aware. So, but he can't imagine not having you in his life. So he triggers you so that your energy is still in his life. Now, you don't need to answer me, but do you respond to him? If you do, you've got to stop, because that's what's continuing this. I believe that if you completely ignore everything and don't give him any attention or energy at all, I think that things will start dying down. If you have already just been ignoring him and he's still doing this is serious mental health issues. and possibly going into legal territory, because that's disruptive. That is incredibly disruptive in one's life, and it's just not legitimate. So very rarely, I only responded to him this time. Okay, yeah, that and have that be the last time. I can't tell you what to do, but I highly recommend that. That's the last time. Do not give him what he wants. Don't give him any attention at all. Okay. I think that will die things down. Will help things die down. Yes, absolutely ghost him. You didn't? I'm surprised you didn't ghost him. I would block him. I would do everything in my power to just make it very clear to him, no. Block, don't answer, don't give him any attention. Totally ghost him. And I am so against ghosting people. I think I don't know if you've ever heard me say that, but I say that a lot. I'm really not into ghosting, but some people deserve it. Sometimes it's warranted. This time it is absolutely warranted. Don't give him an explanation. Nothing. Just go away. Just get away from him. Yes, absolutely block him. Absolutely. And that doesn't mean that he's not going to create another account and try to watch you. Rebecca does that. That weird guy I just mentioned does that. He hasn't in a while, so I'm hoping he's forgotten about me. But yeah, you got to block him. Don't honor any of his attention. Okay. I mean, I can't tell you what to do, but that is the solution. I think that's the best course of action here. Okay. Thank you so much, Matt. I'm sorry about the interruption there, but I think we got to some clarity. I hope we got to some clarity there with your situation. I'm really, really sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry, and I really empathize with you. I really do. I've never been through that for 7 years. I've never endured hate from someone for 7 years, but I have experienced this kind of behavior where I rejected someone, or I don't even like that term, but I didn't accept their advances, and they couldn't accept that, and that was how they behaved. You're so welcome, Matt. You are so welcome. You're always welcome. I was actually thinking about you earlier. Hadn't seen you in a while. So I guess I have a magical mind. I've just got to think about everyone, I guess, who I haven't seen, and they'll pop up. Thank you so much again, Matt. Much love and light to you. Brian, thank you so much for your patience, my friend. It is your turn. Please come to the chat. Thank you very much. Hi, Brian. All right, so you posted your question. How does Bonnie currently feel about me compared to her current partner, Justin? Is Bonnie your ex? And what is Bonnie's sign? And do you know Justin's sign? Excuse me. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides in the house. Hell yeah! Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. How does Bonnie currently feel about Brian? Okay. So how does Bonnie currently feel about you compared to her current partner, Justin? I think we should probably just ask this as because it's a 5-card reading. I think the best way to ask this would just be how. I have 2 suggestions. Either asking how does Bonnie feel towards you at this time, and then furthermore, of course, I would actually suggest the OG reading that Matt just got. what her thoughts, feelings, and intentions are towards you. Because doing a comparison, it's kind of two questions. Well, it is two. Yeah, it is two questions. It would be, how does she feel about you, and then how does she feel about her current partner right now? Sure. I was gonna say, yeah. If you, I didn't want to suggest. I don't like suggesting people to donate more, but I think this would be answered best probably with two questions. And if you, I think it would honestly be best if we did two OG questions, but we don't have to do that. We can just ask straight up her feelings, but thoughts, feelings, and intentions is pretty comprehensive. But it's up to you, my friend. Just let me know. Yeah, I think two separate questions would be good there. So, did we want to thank you so much, love. Thank you. So the first question. So did you want to do thoughts, feelings, and intentions, or just how does she feel towards you, or was the question more how does she feel towards you right now, or how did she feel towards you when you were together? Sorry, I'm getting all deep here, but I just want to be really clear. Oh, yeah, how does Bonnie currently feel about me compared to her current partner, Justin? Okay, so this is current energies. Okay. So first we will ask what her current thoughts, feelings, and intentions are towards you. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Bonnie's, and what is her sign, or her birthday if you don't know her sign? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Bonnie's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Brian? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Bonnie's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Brian? How she feels about you right now. Do you want okay? Do you want me to just ask that? How does Bonnie feel about you right now, or do you want me to do the OG? The thoughts, feelings, and intentions, or just feelings? She's a Gemini. Okay. I know Geminis very well. My mom's a Gemini. But did you want to do thoughts, feelings, and intentions, or did you just want me to ask what her feelings are? Just how she feels about you right now. You got it. You got it. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Bonnie feel towards Brian right now? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Bonnie currently feel towards Brian? Do you guys currently talk? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Bonnie currently feel towards Brian? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Bonnie currently feel towards Brian? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Bonnie currently feel towards Brian? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Bonnie currently feel towards Brian? And you're a Sag, right? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Bonnie feel towards Brian? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Bonnie currently feel towards Brian? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Bonnie's current feelings towards Brian? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Bonnie currently feel towards Brian? Knight of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Four of Wands reversed, Justice reversed, and Three of Wands. Okay. Oh, you're a Leo. How did I not know that? Okay, I will forever remember that. I always remember my Leos. That's crazy. I didn't remember that. Not in a long time, but I'm talking to a mutual friend of ours from back in the day. Okay, so no hard feelings. No hard feelings. I don't know why the two of you why things ended, or when things ended. But at this time, she harbors no hard feelings towards you. She sees you, and she sees you as a very responsible person, reliable, a good man. You mean well. You were good to her. You did the best that you could to be good to her. It wasn't perfect. She wasn't perfect. You weren't perfect. But I think the two of you did your best. She absolutely still values you and still respects you. She doesn't talk crap about you. She's not like, oh, my ex Brian, he did this, that, and the other. No, she's not. There's no, and I know you didn't ask that, but there's no like Queen of Swords reversed energy here. It's not like she feels like bitter about anything. We do have Justice reversed. I'll get to that in a moment. And we just received a donation from Miss Wendy. Wendy, thank you so much, girl. Let me go ahead and quickly add you here. Yeah, she most certainly values you still with this Nine of Pentacles. She doesn't look back at you. She doesn't look back and think of you as like a crappy ex-boyfriend. You know, I'm 40. I'm single. I've been in a healthy number of monogamous long-term relationships, and there are a couple of, like, there's one guy that I dated who I do consider to be a dick, and I don't, and just an inherently bad person. Like, he really is. I dated him when I was far too young and couldn't see it. And I've been, do you know that song, In My Life by the Beatles? I've been listening to it a lot. It's one of my favorite songs. Not the Beatles version, but the Judy Collins version. I'm trying to think of the lyrics. It's like, in my life, I've had lots of friends and lovers. How does it go? Out of all these friends and lovers, it's okay. I'm trying to remember the lyrics, but yeah, it's like looking like I've had lots of friends and lovers, and some are some are dead, some are living, some are gone, some are here, but I loved them all. And it's not like a clingy love. It's like reflecting on like you know, it didn't work. It didn't end up working out, but we did our best. You know, she's my OG crush. I've had a crush on her since I was 7 and she was 8. I'm 32 now and she's 33. Okay, so there's a lot of history there. Yeah, she still really values you, but she also, with this Four of Wands reversed, as much as she values you and thinks that you're a good man and appreciates the time that you guys had together, the good times, she does have, again, I don't know how long ago it was that you guys broke up, but at this point, she's come to the, she's come to accept that you guys really liked each other. She really liked you, you really liked her, but just because two people really care for one another doesn't mean that they're meant to be with one another, or that they work well together as a couple. And that's what I'm seeing here is while she does have affection for you, it's she also feels like there were just fundamental reasons that prevented your connection from flourishing and not ending. And she she doesn't think you're a bad person. She doesn't think that you're, not attractive or anything like that. She still sees the man that she was drawn to when you guys first started dating. And you guys have a long, long history. You've known each other for a long, long time. So she'll always value you. She does, as much as she has accepted the fact that the two of you couldn't be together, there is a little bit of a sting within her with this Justice reversed card. She's not bitter towards you. That's not what it is. She's not resentful or bitter towards you or anything that you said or did. She's like, it's more she's bitter, and not bitter, but disappointed with the fact that being connected romantically didn't work for the two of you, because she wanted it to, just as much as you wanted it to, but for whatever reason it wasn't able to flourish. And then we have this Three of Wands that I just want to get a bit of clarity on here, because Three of Wands is a card of patience. Yeah, moving on. She moved on with this Three of Wands. As we know, she's with this guy Justin. Of course, it broke her heart when the two of you split. Even if she was the one that broke up with you, it still really, really hurt her and disappointed her that it couldn't work, that it didn't work. And again, I don't know how long it's been since you guys broke up, but I would be hard-pressed to believe that it will never talk to you again. Like, I don't know when the last time you talked to her was, but I do see her wanting to keep you in her life. She might not be ready right now to have you in a solid way in her life. Again, I don't know the timeline, but she does not see this as a final, like, curtain call. Like, she still sees you, like, on the horizon. She still wants to be friends with you, at least in the future, when she's feeling more ready. Let's see what her current feelings are towards this guy, Justin. It was 2012. Wow. Okay, so it's been 14 years. Wow. Okay. Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. How does Bonnie feel about Justin? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. What are Bonnie's current feelings towards Justin? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. What are Bonnie's current feelings towards Justin? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. What are Bonnie's current feelings towards Justin? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. What are Bonnie's current feelings towards Justin? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. What are Bonnie's current feelings towards Justin? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. What are Bonnie's current feelings towards Justin? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. What are Bonnie's current feelings towards Justin? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. What are Bonnie's current feelings towards Justin? We have the Fool reversed, the Tower reversed, again with Justice reversed, Six of Swords, and Two of Wands reversed. Dang. Wow. Trouble in paradise, man. How long have these two been dating? She doesn't want to. She's not happy, man. She wants out. She's done. She's donezo. All these cards are cards of the Fool reversed. That's walking away from. That's at least wanting to walk away from someone, wanting to end the journey. The Tower reversed. She doesn't want this to be an abruption. She wants to like slip out of his life. This Justice reversed card does, the energy in this is bitter and resentful and angry. He doesn't treat her right, Brian. I don't know to what extent. I really hope he's not abusing her physically, emotionally, verbally, mentally. But she feels that there is a major injustice, a major imbalance in the connection, and she wants to get out of, she wants to leave him. Six of Swords. That's walking away. Six of Swords is literally getting in your boat and moving to calmer waters. Since 2016, they have a kid together. Yeah, so that's what's going on, is the kid is binding them. Because her feelings are all just like, I don't want to be with this man. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be in this situation. But yeah, they've been together since 2016, and they've got a kid together. That's this Tower reversed, is like she wants to walk away, she wants to slip away, but she can't. It would entail, you know, I don't, it sounds like they're not married, but there would be, you know, I don't know how much he supports the kid. I hope he does. But she would have to take care of her kid on her own. There would be custody issues. Yeah, when you have a kid with someone, it locks things down. And I don't know if that was her intention with Justin. If it was, I have every reason to believe that she is super regretting it. If it was, she just at the time really loved him and felt that he would be a good father, I still feel like she has regrets. And we've got this Two of Wands reversed here. Two of Wands upright is a decision, making a decision. I call it like, should I stay or should I go? Should I stay or should I go now? But it's reversed. She knows that she wants to leave, but she has no power at this time in being able to make that, in being able to execute that decision, to take that action. She's bound. She's bound to a man that she does not want to be with. Do you see any cups here? Because I certainly don't. There's no love, no affection, no respect. This isn't good. I feel badly for her, yo. And I feel badly that things didn't work out between the two of you. You're a good man. She knows that. It came up in the cards. She feels that you're a good man, and you are. I can sense it. You're a good guy, and you were good to her. And I hate that the whole nice guys finish last quote thing. I think it's bullshit. Some women are attracted to jerks. It's true. I was one of them. No longer. I endured a verbally abusive relationship for 5 years. I'm done. I don't like jerks anymore. I find kind men to be very, very attractive because it's the exact opposite of the trauma that I went through. Justin sounds like a jerk. If she's feeling this way right now towards him, he's acting untoward. Either he's not supporting her, not taking care of the kid, not collaborating as a family. But she's not happy. She is not pleased. She wants to leave. So Yeah, that's what I'm seeing there, Brian. A woman who is a mother who is not, who does, I can say with confidence, she doesn't love Justin. She may, I'm sure she did at one point. It's gone. That love is gone, bro. I feel bad for the kid. I feel bad for the kid because I don't know how old the kid is, but they've got to know. They've got to sense that energy. Anyway, thank you very much, Brian. Much love and light to you. You're a good man. And, yeah, you're recognized for that. And even if things didn't work out with Bonnie, you'll find your queen. You will. Thank you again, my friend. Miss Wendy, thank you so much for your donation, girl. Were you interested in a 10-card reading, or were you wanting 2 questions, my love? You're very welcome, Brian. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for your patience and your understanding and your kindness. Thank you. Hey, Sophie, just found out today that my work project is being extended till the end of May. Can I get a 5-card on a general vibe of what's coming up in work as my first question? Absolutely. Sorry, give me 1 sec. All right, love. So the first question is general energy in your work. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what's coming up in Wendy's work? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what can Wendy expect from her work right now? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what can Wendy expect from her work right now? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what can Wendy expect from her work right now? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what can Wendy expect from her work right now? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what can Wendy expect from her work right now? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what can Wendy expect from her work right now? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what can Wendy expect from her work right now? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what can Wendy expect from her work right now? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what can Wendy expect from her work right now? Okay, hon. We have. Sorry, give me a sec. These cards are wonky McDoodle stain. Okay. King of Wands upright. This is just the King of Wands. 9 of Pentacles reversed. The Sun. 10 of Swords reversed. And Page of Wands. Okay. So, I see you having more agency within your workplace with this King of Wands here. I know people already listen to you and respect you in your work, but I feel like that's going to be amplified which is wonderful, wonderful news. I do want some clarity with this Nine of Pentacles reversed. Okay, you're gonna be really effing busy, girl. I know you said that the project was extended until May, so to me that sounds like you were suggesting possibly that it would that will provide you with more obviously more time to get things done. However, there's going to be more work. I think that's, yes, they extended it in order for you guys to do your best and give you more time to complete the project, but they're also extending it because there's going to be, I think they're adding more to it. Because Nine of Pentacles reversed when it comes to career is a lack of, like, complete lack of work-life balance. Yet we were told we'd have the same workload but less amount of time because we need to hurry it up. So you were told you'd have the same workload but less amount of time because but they extended it, you said, right? And so, but they extended it, and they gave a reason, right? I'm assuming so it was that you guys can get your work done, have more time to get your work done, right? And so you wouldn't have to worry about hurrying it up and rushing things. And that is part of it, even if they didn't explicitly say it, because it should take more than the extended time. Yeah. They misinterpreted how long it would actually take, or what's the word I'm looking for? They mistook. They miscalculated. That's the word. They miscalculated how long this project would actually take to complete. But I also stand firmly with the fact that I think they're going to add more to the workload. I hope they don't. I hope I'm wrong. I never hope that I'm wrong because this is my job. But I do feel like that they're going to sneak some more work in there. We extended it, but it means we have to work even more because we shouldn't have had to extend it. Gotcha. You shouldn't have even had to extend it. Okay, that's what's going on. Yeah, is I believe they're amplifying the workload. But you've got this, homegirl. You've got this. It's challenging, but it's a challenge that you can absolutely, and but you absolutely will conquer. We have this beautiful sun card right in the center. Because we're talking about your work, I'm referencing my little black book because it has direct meanings for career and finance. I'm looking at career here. For the sun, we have enthusiastic and energetic at work and successful work projects. Bingo. So this is going to be a success. This is going to be a win for sure. You will conquer this. You will do great. Y'all will all do great, even though it's a challenge for sure. You guys are going to slay hardcore. And this Ten of Swords reversed is, we like seeing Ten of Swords in its reversed form. The Ten of Swords reversed is a lesson, is collaboration, people collaborating better, and I saw that with this King of Wands, and Samuel is communicating better. I feel like just like the team, even though you guys are coordinated and collaborating well now, I feel like it's going to improve. And I feel like it's almost, this Ten of Swords reversed is almost giving me Ten of Wands energy, in which people will be willing to, like, if you can't finish something, someone will step in and help you finish it. And and vice versa. If you observe that someone has made a mistake or didn't complete something entirely, you'd step in and help them as well. It's a very collaborative, like a positive, harmonious, collaborative effort. I don't think it was super harmonious from the get-go. But with this extended amount of time, it absolutely will be. And then we have this beautiful Page of Wands, which is oh my God, a new position within a project. So while I don't think that you're going to be getting precisely a new position in this project, this is what I was talking about with the Nine of Pentacles reversed. I do think you're going to be getting additional work that you weren't anticipating, but you will slay, and it's not going to be difficult. It's just a lot. It's like, you're so smart and you're so capable. It's not difficult, but it's just the amount. It's just, the amount of the workload is the difficulty. Yeah, I'm going on my trip to Portugal in April, so I need to wrap up as much as I can. Oh my God, yeah, you're going to Portugal. I keep on forgetting. You're so lucky. I've always wanted to go to Lisbon. My goal is to get a new job at the end of this project. I want to wrap this up for sure. For sure. Yeah. You got places to go, new horizons to conquer and explore. So this is good. This is good energy. I see people working together well, working well with you. You totally the bad news. I wouldn't even call it bad news, but the news is that there likely will be additional work here. Good news is it's not a challenge. It's something that you're very, very capable of. So I like this. I like this energy. And then what is your second question, my darling? My second question is about my friend's relationship. There's been some weird stuff going on. Did Carlos cheat on Jessica? Uh-oh. Let's see. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Did Carlos cheat on Jessica? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Did Carlos cheat on Jessica? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Did Carlos cheat on Jessica? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Did Carlos cheat on Jessica? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Did Carlos cheat on Jessica? It's interesting. I sometimes get questions from clients asking. Well, they never ask directly, did so and so cheat on me? Oftentimes, I get readings and they just blast me with, "There's another woman. There's another woman, isn't there? There's another woman," and I don't see it. And then a lot of the time, I clearly see cheating, and like 95% of the time, the querent will deny it. Like, no, there's no way he's cheating. No, like, it's almost like they can't accept it. Probably because it's almost impossible to accept being told that, But you're a third party here. You're not directly involved. It's your friend, so you can just ask directly. But no one's ever. I can't remember anyone asking directly, like, is so and so cheating? Oh no, wait, no. I had one person recently ask if his girlfriend was cheating on him, but it's usually a difficult question. I've been trying to help her navigate this situation. Yeah, absolutely. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Did Carlos cheat on Jessica? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Did Carlos cheat on Jessica? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Did Carlos cheat on Jessica? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Did Carlos cheat on Jessica? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Did Carlos cheat on Jessica? And we just received a donation. Thank you so much, Brian, for your donation. Let me go ahead and add you here. Alrighty, tighty whities, let's get into this. We have Strength, 5 of Swords reversed, Ace of Swords reversed, the Devil reversed, and 2 of Swords reversed. Yep. Yeah, he did. As I was shuffling the cards, I was mentally thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, if he cheated on her, what cards would I see? I thought, and the first card that came to mind was 3 of Cups reversed. The second card that came to mind was the Devil, upright or reversed. The third that came to mind was the Lovers reversed. The Devil reversed. He's definite. I can't confirm that he's had physical relations with this other girl, but he's definitely talking to another girl, at the very least. This deck, the Muse deck, refers to swords as voices, and I have reason to believe that the weirdness in their relationship right now is largely being expressed in like their communication's off. It's changed. Either he's not talking a lot, or he's saying weird shit, behaving strangely. Oh boy, so she got an anonymous letter that they saw him on a dating site. So she got an anonymous letter that they saw him on a dating site. I saw my ex on Hinge the other night. Did I tell you? I didn't heart him. I just ignored, and I really regret not hearting him because it was 10 years ago we broke up, and I would have liked to have reconnected. Anyway, it's weird when you see people on dating apps. One of my clients saw me on a dating app once. Anyway, so that's crazy. So your friend got an anonymous letter from someone saying, hey, your man's on a dating app. Yeah, he's for sure. Did you say he was a Leo? What sign did you say he was in? He is a Leo. I totally forgot what you said. Carlos is, fuck yeah, he's cheating on her. Leos, I have dated more Leos and Geminis. I've dated Leos more than any other sign. They absolutely, especially when they're younger and unmarried, absolutely, even if they're married, they absolutely have a proclivity towards cheating. I'm sure you're aware of that. Strength. Strength is lust in the Hermetic deck. 5 of Swords reversed. Something has been. I want some clarity here. My answer is yes. He's cheating on her. At the very least, he's emotionally cheating on her by talking to other ladies, which is so fucked up because I have every reason to believe that he's telling them that he's single. So these girls that he's talking to / possibly effing, I have every reason to believe that they have no idea that Jessica exists. Because I date, if that happened to me, if I was dating a guy and he told me he was single, but the whole time he had a girl, oh my god. Like, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night if I found out. Like, okay, so 5 of Swords reversed. breakup, revenge, cutting losses, having trouble moving on from someone in your life. How long have they been dating? I also feel like this guy just doesn't want to be bound. I'm surprised we didn't see the eight of swords. This Ace of Wands reverse speaks to, well, it's referred to as the Ace of Voices. This is telling me that his communication's just weird. Yeah, failure to communicate. Miscommunication, arguments. Either they're arguing a lot or he's pulled back in his communication. But there is absolutely temptation. And the devil upright, yeah, the devil upright is temptation, but the traditional art is the lovers. It's actually the lovers, but they're bound, they're chained. So it's the devil is also, when it's upright, is a card of, it's usually a marriage card, ironically. It symbolizes marriage, but it also symbolizes a chained, a bound union. And I just told you, that's so weird. I just said that I just get this sense that he doesn't want to be tied down. Bingo. The devil reversed. This dude doesn't want to be bound, does not want to be bound, and has likely strayed. Yeah, Two of Swords reversed. He's, this, I should know more about this card because it keeps on coming up like every single day, and I've only been reading for like 25 years. Yeah, he's not prioritizing love in his life. No right choice. Too many suitors. Too many options. That confirms what I said earlier, that I would be hard-pressed to believe that he wasn't just messing around with just one girl. I think he's at the very least talking to multiple girls, and at the worst has cheated on her with at least one of them. Because yeah, that devil reverse symbolizes succumbing to temptation and breaking free from the chains that one is bound to. And when you're in a relationship, you're bound to someone, and you are supposed to be loyal to someone. And I know Leos too well. They are cheaters. I think and which is so sad because I do love Leos and I date Leos like more than any other sign. It's like moths to a flame. I'm just very attracted to them, but they're cheaters. I think I've only met like one Leo who was like a good husband who was like totally loyal. Not even joking. They're the lion, and the lion has his lioness, but the lion also spreads his seed. And sometimes later in their life, like I just mentioned, I have met one Leo who was married, but he was in his like 50s and he'd been married for years. He was totally loyal, but he was mature. The younger a Leo is, the worse it is. I think I told you the story of my ex where I found panties in his closet and he denied it. He was a Leo. Another girl's panties, and they were right on the top of the hamper. And he was like, I've lived here for years and I've had other girlfriends. I've lived here for like 3 years. I'm like, dude, we've been dating for 2 years, and those knickers are right on the top of your hamper, yo. Like, if it was at the bottom of your closet in a corner, sure, that was a girl you used to be with, but no, on the top of the hamper, you cheated on me. Like, and he just completely denied it. Like, just in plain sight. So I'm not saying every Leo is a cheater. I love my Leos. I love you guys, but they do have a proclivity to succumbing to their desires, their temptations. So I'm so sorry, Wendy. That's not. Are you gonna tell your friend? Are you gonna show her this reading? I mean, the fact that she got an anonymous letter saying that they found him on a dating app is just like red flag, like huge, like sign that this is not good. Um, yeah, if he's even looking, that's just not a good sign. Um, and again, I don't know how long they've been together, but oh wait, you tested a bunch. Oh, you tested, and he kept on denying that it was on the dating app. She had been wanting to divorce for a while now, but she's embarrassed. They're married. I didn't know they were married. I just read that, Wendy. I already told her what I thought. Yeah. How? So, damn. They're married. And I was just saying, normally married Leos like will treat their lioness right, but on the top of my head right now, I'm thinking of 3 Leo men I know who openly cheat on their wives, open relationships. She thinks that he didn't do anything physical, but could be talking to girls. Yeah, that's her psyche trying to protect her. Um, it is possible. It is possible that he's only been talking to them, but it's also highly possible that he's had sex with one of them. And it's not just, and the problem is it's not just one girl. And the problem is that he's on a dating app and he's married. Period. Like, it stops there. You don't go on dating apps when you're married. That's that phase of his life is over. He doesn't want to be, and that devil, I told you the devil upright is marriage, and I didn't even know they were married at the time when I was telling you that, girl. He doesn't want to be married to her. He wants a divorce. And she's embarrassed. I think you said she's embarrassed to get a divorce or scared. But she's embarrassed. Yeah, she's embarrassed. Nothing to be embarrassed about at all. Actually, that girl, when I was telling you about how when I see cheaters in readings, a lot of my querents go into denial mode. They'll be like, no, there's no way he's cheating. But like everything they tell me, everything I see completely points to them cheating. It comes from a place of embarrassment. There is shame there. A lot of women are very ashamed, and I find it's mostly women are more ashamed to admit of being cheated on. It's very shameful, and it shouldn't be. The person who's been cheated on should not feel any shame. The person who cheated should feel the shame and the embarrassment. I really feel for her. And especially knowing that they're married. I hope they don't have a child together. But I told you, the devil upright is marriage. It's bound, binding, chains. He broke free. He's already broken free. They're not divorced, but he has violated their marriage. I'm so sorry, Wendy. I'm so sorry, love. And if you show this to Jessica, I'm so sorry, love, going through this. No one deserves that. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, and at least I hope I brought you some clarity. Brian, thank you for your donation. Are you here, my friend? Luckily, no kids. Okay. That's a bonus. That's good because that really binds people, as I was telling Brian earlier. So I hope she can break free because he's already broken free, not on paper, but he's acting like he's not married. Like I told you, he's talking to girls and he's telling them that he's single. That's a cardinal sin, yo. All right, Brian, you are here and you would like to know, is there any hope that Bonnie and you could come back together? Okay, that would require her, getting a divorce, I'm assuming. I'm assuming you wouldn't want to be dating her while she's married. Speaking of people cheating in marriages, I'm assuming you wouldn't want that. You're a good guy. But let's see. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Is there any hope of Brian and Bonnie getting back together? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Is there a chance? What? Is there a chance for Brian and Bonnie to get back together? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Is there any hope that Brian and Bonnie can get back together? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Is there any hope that Brian and Bonnie can get back together? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Is there any hope that Brian and Bonnie can get back together? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Is there any hope that Brian and Bonnie can get back together? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Is there any hope that Brian and Bonnie can get back together? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Is there any hope that Brian and Bonnie can get back together? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Is there any hope that Brian and Bonnie can get back together? As in her closing that book with Justin. Okay. Yeah, it would require her not being with him for sure. For sure. Closing that chapter. Okay, we have Ace of Pentacles, Strength, Four of Wands, Three of Swords, and the Magician. Oh my god. Yes. Absolutely, Brian. Wow. Wow. I'm getting chills. Yes. And it's not just because all the cards are upright. These are cards of reunion, homecoming. I'm in shock. I'm not in shock because I know that there's an inherent connection between the two of you. But this is 100% positive. Like, yeah, dude, you have a very, very good chance of getting back together with her. Ace of Pentacles, starting with the Ace of Pentacles, a new beginning, and a beginning with that has a solid foundation. A lot of relationships are castles that were built on sand, which sounds like her and Justin, but you guys have history. You guys have known each other since you were children. That's a strong ass foundation, dude. There's like, you guys have such a strong history, and I told you she still thinks of you. She still thinks that you're a good man. She does not look back. I'll repeat it. She doesn't look back and at you and think, oh, that ex, that bum. Not at all. So far from it, dude. She still has feelings for you. She absolutely still has feelings for you. This Strength card, there's so much power and literally strength between the two of you, but there's desire as well. She desires you still. And I was just talking to Wendy about Leo's Strength card, lion mentality. You are a Leo. Holy shit. You're a Leo. This is you. But you're not reversed. You're not Strength reversed. I'm sorry, you just heard all that stuff I talked about Leo men having proclivities towards cheating. You are not one of them, as far as I know. I don't know your whole history, but you don't strike me as a cheater at all. You strike me as a loyal lion who's looking for his lioness. And I was telling Wendy, I have met those good. I love Leos. I really do. And even the ones that are cheaters are fundamentally usually good people beyond that. But I have met Leo men who are very loyal to their lioness, and they're the best. They're honestly the best. This is you. This is both of you, dude. You guys both still desire one another. It's very strong. And God, I love this Four of Wands in the center. We had the Four of Wands reversed when we asked how she currently felt about you. How she was disappointed that it didn't end up working out, but it was something that she accepted. But it took a while for her to accept. I'm a Leo sun as well, but in the 12th house. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I remember you're a Leo, Austin. Yeah, and you're not a cheating guy. You're not a cheating guy. But I'm sure both you and Brian have heard, you know, that is something that is kind of known among astrology, is that Leo men and women, I will say, my Leo lady friends have a proclivity to not be loyal as well. And that's, you know, it is what it is. Every sign has its strengths and weaknesses. Speaking of strength, Leo is very, 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 very strong. But this beautiful Four of Wands right in the center, dude. Four of Wands is a union, a romantic union between two people. But not only that, dude, Four of Wands is also a card of homecoming. Like, if I busted out my book right now, I'm sure I could show you homecoming. Let me check it out. I'm sure it says that. Reunions, home. Yep, this card is about reunion, homecoming, and feeling satisfied and safe at home. Because she doesn't feel satisfied and safe at home in her current situation with Justin. And I think she's reflecting on the relationship she had with you. She's like, why the F did it, you know, why did I leave? I know there was a reason why it ended. There's always a reason. The only card here that I'm not liking is this Three of Swords, heartache, disappointment. But the way that I'm seeing it is more the difficulties of her having to leave Justin, having to close that chapter, because when you're married to someone, or no, they're not married, right? But it's the custody issues, and I also do feel like he is at the very least, like, mildly threatening to her, possibly like very threatening to her. He's an ominous, unloved presence in her life. I really miss her. She was one of my best friends. I hear you, man. I hear you. And with this Magician card upright, this is a yes card. Absolutely. It's not just me being a realistic optimist and saying, oh, it's a possible possibility, because she's clearly very unhappy in her relationship now. And when we read her energies towards you, they were warm. There was no bitterness there. Literally the opposite. The Queen of Swords is the opposite of bitterness and resentment. It was not that kind of ex energy that I normally see. It was her feelings towards you are very warm, very loving. She misses you. She misses you, bro. And I want just a little bit of clarity with the Magician here. Yeah, willpower, desire, resourcefulness, creating opportunities for love, and being proactive in love. That is the thing, is you mentioned that you don't directly talk with each other, or it's been a while since you guys have communicated with one another. I would try to open that door. Just try having a conversation with her and initiating a friendship with her, or reigniting a friendship with her. You just said she was one of your best friends. But the best relationships always start as friendship. And especially if she's leaving this what looks to be a volatile, abusive, negative relationship with her baby daddy. That's this Three of Swords, and it's going to be difficult for her to leave. It is difficult for her to leave because she wants to leave, and she would have left if she could, but there's something stopping her, and I think it is him. I think she's scared to raise her child on her own, and that's she is being logical there. It's been a while. I followed her on TikTok a few months ago. You've got to be more proactive. I can't tell you what to do, but this is you. You're the magician, man. And you're also strength. You're a Leo. You've got a lot going. Leos, you guys were blessed. You honestly were born, in my opinion. I know I said all that stuff about cheating, but you're my favorite sign. Like, I think I even said that to Wendy. I'm like, even though I still love Leos, my Leos and Geminis, my two favorite signs. I love Leos and Geminis. Leo number 1, Gemini number 2, Scorpio number 3. I love you guys. You guys are so dynamic and really harness this magician energy where you can manifest what you want in your life. If you're more proactive, even slightly, you will be planting that seed with this Ace of Pentacles. Start with opening up a friendship. It's been years. It's been years, yo. It's what, 7 years since? No, 2012. It's been 14 years. It's been 14 years. She has no hard feelings towards you. You have no hard feelings towards her. I would absolutely reach out to an ex of mine. I was on a dating app the other night, and I saw my ex-boyfriend from 10 years ago, and I freaked out, and I wish I had hearted him. I wish I'd swiped right, but I didn't. Because I thought that, I don't know, he wouldn't like me. I was scared that he wouldn't reciprocate. And now I'm just like scrolling on the app trying to find him, but I'm afraid that he found me and swiped left. But it's been 10 years. And that's why I was open. Like, I normally don't think that getting back together with exes is a good idea. But after 10 years, people grow and change, and it's a new chapter. That Ace of Pentacles. It would be a totally new situation. She's got a kiddo now. She's grown. She's changed. You've grown. You've changed. But you're still compatible, and you still desire one another. I think you should initiate a friendship with her, dude. First of all, she needs a friend. Second of all, I would be very hard-pressed to believe that she wouldn't reciprocate your kindness and your communication. I have every reason to believe that she would actually respond and welcome a friendship, open communication. And if she doesn't, it's just not the right time. But I think that you should, I think you should reach out to her, Brian. I really do. I can't tell you what to do, but those cards are so promising. They're saying, hey, dude, she's into you. You're into her. The possibility of you guys getting back together is actually super high, but you're going to need to initiate this. Because she's I don't know if it's an abusive relationship, but she's in a very bad relationship. She does not love Justin at all. He is the father. At this point, all he is the father of her child. That's what he's been reduced to. That tells me that he's bad to her. Or he just doesn't meet her needs in the way that she needs. But the fact that she is so wanting to leave him yet doesn't is telling me that it's more a matter of finances, possibly. I don't know if she works. It's very hard to raise a child as a single mother. I think that's likely what's keeping her from leaving. And she's not on dating apps. She's not looking for people. But if you initiated a friendship, like I said, she needs a friend. She needs someone to talk to in these dark times. And I have every reason to believe that it would evolve into something romantic, and it would be the kick in the butt that she needs to leave him, essentially. So you are going to have to be the one to initiate it. She's not going to come to you. She's stuck. She's bound to this asshole. I low key, she needs rescuing. I really want you to reach out to her. It's okay if you don't, but I think it would be just in both of your guys' best interests. Yeah. Four of Wands is a divinely ordained connection, dude. That's a blessing. There's still something there. I think you feel it. I hope you feel it. There is no try, only do, Brian. There is no try, only do. But what would hold you back? One last question. What would stop you from reaching out to her? Is it the fear of rejection, or the fear of her ignoring you? You don't have to answer me, but I'm just gonna put that out there. Like, I would really analyze why you're reticent to reach out to her, especially when she's in such a I can confirm she's in a dark ass place. I've always felt it. Yeah. I feel it. I see it. I feel it, and I rarely see this kind of connection. That's why I'm like being like hell of mom energy right now. I'm sorry, but or like teacher, but like I really think you should do this, man. This is my homework I'm assigning to you. Like just a message, just a kind message, like, hey, it's been a while. Just wondering how you're doing. Want to make sure you're happy and healthy. She's in a different part of the country now. Okay, that's fine. In fact, the distance is probably good right now because it creates a healthy boundary. She wouldn't be cheating on Justin necessarily, but or at all by talking to you. She's not cheating on Justin. But it also doesn't make it impossible. She might move back. She might be willing to move back. If she's happy where she is, you might be willing to move with her if you love her that much. But I think you should take that chance, dude. I really do. If there's anything I think that you should do right now, like for sure, it's reach out to Bonnie. She needs you. You need her. And it will likely be difficult, her leaving him, closing that chapter, but damn, she wants to so badly. Every single card there was, I want to leave. So, thank you so much, Brian. Thank you, my friend. Much love and light to you, and good luck. I don't think you need it, but I really hope you reach out to her. I really think it would result in something good. All right, so we are all through with donations, which means it's that time of night. Last call for all donations. If you have a question that you would like me to answer for you, I am here and I would love to read for you. You're very welcome, Brian. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Last call tonight. Last call for all donations. Thank you. Last call tonight for all donations. If you have a question you need me to answer, just send type in the chat, I'm donating, or just send your donation. Thank you. I say, that sounded so rude, but I only say that because I always do a last call for donations when we're after I've been on for 2 hours and I'm through with the queue. But I have had people like right as I close, like turn off the live stream, I'll receive like 3 donations from people. So that's why it's like, just send it right now if you are needing me to answer a question for you. Forgot to tell you that Samuel joined our meeting again this morning. Oh, really? Found out that rent in Greece is cheaper than America. That doesn't surprise me, Austin. The cost of living in Greece is quite low. It was lower like 10 years ago because they went through a major financial crisis, the country of Greece, the economic crisis, and it was just super duper cheap to live there. Still cheaper than America. You can live in Paris for 1,000 euros a month. Like, it's possible, including rent, food, like entertainment, transportation. I like how I put entertainment before transportation. My manager asked him what he wanted, and he said he was just chilling and listening to our meeting. Nothing to add. That's him wanting to be around your energy, Wendy. Last call tonight for all donations. Thank you very, very much. All right, it looks like everyone is happy and taken care of and full of clarity. So I'm going to call it a night. Thank you all so very, very much. Much love and light to you. And I will see you tomorrow night. Bye.